We are officially live. Well, yep, there's a couple people on here, so I'm going to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Christina from Passera Fine Art Portraits, and this is my co-host,
Amina from Amina Styles.
How are you doing today, Amina?
I am good. I am trying to get situated here too and make sure we're live both
For
both
sure.
pages. Okay.
This is definitely a different platform and something new for both of us.
Yes.
So bear with us. This is so interesting and a little nerve-wracking, right?
Right. We've done it Zoom and Facebook Messenger videos before with each other on our clients one-on-one, but not in a shared live platform. So definitely different.
Yes. And we are recording this and it is live, but we are recording it. So if you guys don't catch it right now, please feel free to watch it on repeat or share it with friends and let them know we were here, because we're going to answer some of your questions and get some information out to you.
Yay!
Yeah, and tell you a little bit about our program, right, Amina?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to intro the program?
So yeah, no problem. So Christina and I have decided to host a web series called Talk Thursday with Christina and Amina, and the program would be us just looking to connect with our clients, as well as connecting with fellow small business owners. And this talk will be geared specifically to give advice and help people during this quarantine time. You know, we had a lot of time to think and we're all anxious and missing each other. So we wanted to connect.
Yes, I love that. We so want to connect our community with small business owners and other people in the community. That's like everything right there in one sentence. I love it. So we're really, really excited. Today it's a little bit about us though, right?
Yeah, today's about us. We're gonna just give you guys a little background about us and what we do and what we offer and what we're hoping to accomplish by hosting. Is everything okay, Christine?
The video ended. So we are live again.
I gotta remember to look into my camera too.
Hi everyone. Again, I'm so sorry about that. This is Christina from Passera Fine Art Portraits and my co-host right above me.
Hi, I'm Amina from Amina Styles. How are you guys doing today?
Actually, Felix, is she above me or next to me?
Next to you.
Oh, she's next to me. My right or my left?
You're on my left.
That way? That way?
I don't know. There's a delay.
No, there's a delay.
Well, next to me works.
Somewhere. She's there. Around somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. She's there.
Okay, we're live.
So it looks like we've been having some technical difficulties with our Facebook Live shutting down after 4 minutes multiple times. So hopefully this will work this time. Yes, it has taken all the nerve out because now we're just trying to make it work.
Let's make it work. So I did get a notification that you're live on Facebook.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get on now though. It's giving some issues. Just to confirm that.
Yes. Tag friends. Should I tag you?
Yeah. This is so weird.
Tagged you.
I'm on your page and I don't even see you live. Okay, so let's see.
Of course, we lost the people we had, but that's okay. We will find you. Did you see it now?
Give me a second. It's going a little slow. Man. Okay, so you're saying I have to go on your page,
Yep. And then just share the video to your page.
share it?
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe there's a way to make it so that you're live also, but I don't know. And this will be a learning curve for both of us, I can see.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were definitely share public now.
Yes. Yay. Okay, great.
Okay, but just the quality looks a little wonky now. Can you see?
So all I'm seeing is the Zoom meeting right now. So that's what I'm looking at. So focus on that. Okay, guys. So I am going to quickly introduce Amina. Amina is my amazing hair and makeup artist. She works with me during my portrait sessions, and she literally takes my everyday moms from everyday mom to supermodel. So if you've had a session with me and you've worked with me before, then you know. And our video has gone dead again.
Oh no!
What is going on? Okay.
Oh my God. So
This is so frustrating. Okay, so I don't know, like, do we just, so we're recording through Zoom, do we just continue our meeting and then post it to Facebook later? Or do we just keep trying to go live?
right, because then with the video, we don't get the questions live, but at this point it's getting really late, and so no, it's still, I'm still seeing your Facebook Live, but with a delay.
There's a delay. So I think you're just seeing the delay. I have it says the video has ended.
Yeah, it does. Crap, why is this happening?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to, I think we should continue the meeting. I'll post the actual, we'll post the recording later. Everybody's gonna see our craziness. Like, you know, this is what it is. Like, this is us learning a new format, and, you know, it's a learning curve. And, you know, I will message a friend of mine who's been doing them for a while and see if she's got any advice for us.
Yeah, I'm also gonna try to message someone.
But as I was saying, so yeah, if you've been here for one of my sessions, then you know that you have gone from, you know, just everyday mom to amazing supermodel, and have had an amazing time with me and Amina. So Amina, tell us a little bit about what you do. I know it ended.
So that was a great intro, Christina. Thank you so much. It's been great. It's been great working with you for about coming close to 2 years or a year and a half. So what I do, of course, I am a hair and makeup artist. I have over a decade of experience, been doing this for a while, and I specialize in hair and makeup for photography. And Christina mentioned already that I sometimes can transform people into supermodels, but it's not always about supermodels, right? Some people get intimidated by hair or by makeup or just getting their photo taken. Even myself as a professional, there's something that we as individual or women kind of like shy away from. Some are like really confident, but I use beauty, hair and makeup to make women truly feel good about themselves, truly show them like, yes, this is you, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful. This is just an extension. You know, I am just literally polishing up what's already there to help Christina now get this energy going from her clients to show up in that camera and own it like a boss babe and just have a good time with their families, cherish the moments. And that I do it for branding, I do it for businesses, I do it for boudoir, not just family sessions, but hair and makeup for photography in general.
Yeah, and I think that's really something that's super important to point out, that it's not, I know I said supermodel, but it's not necessarily about making you look like somebody different, but it's that feeling. Everybody knows that feeling of, you know, what a supermodel must feel like as she walks down the runway after she spent, you know, 3 hours getting this dramatic hair and makeup done. And that's the feeling that we're going for. It's not necessarily that you've transformed into a person, because you're still you. but
Right.
you've just had this amazing experience and this amazing makeover where you've transformed into this person that is maybe only seen a few times a year. They're still you, but they're hidden inside of, you know, everyday, you know, mundane everyday, you know, chores of everyday life.
Right,
And you don't
exactly.
get to do that all the time. So it's really, really fun and exciting.
Yeah, and also too, it's a difference when you have a professional, right? That do your hair and makeup, because we're creatures of habit. So we will do our hair and our makeup exactly the same way, and may not know little tips or tricks, or may not be on trend, or may not know how to execute what you truly desire as the client. And that's where I come in. You know, I do a consultation and truly listen, because sometimes what people want is they don't know how to achieve that and how to get to that point, and they're a little afraid of it. So I definitely listen, and I always tell, if anyone knows me and they're listening to this that has worked with me, I will always say, don't worry, I won't make you look like a drag queen. And everyone always start laughing, because that's something that most average everyday women, working moms, busy entrepreneurs, or anything like that always have a concern with, and probably had some experience in the past that was not so pleasant. But I always ensure them that you will look like you, but just a very polished, glammed up version, and not what you truly do on a day to day, because then what's the point? There's a little secret to actual photography makeup than your day to day and just being on the camera. Christina shows that beautifully right there by using her eyelashes. Me personally, I do wear eyelashes when I'm going out or if I am going to take a photo, but my day to day life, I don't. So you're seeing me as how I would show up. But as you can see with Christina, her eyes just look so much bigger and flirtier, and it's just her eyelashes are enhanced.
Yes.
Mine, they just look very bald and bare and not there, right? So these are that's a tip right there in photography. That's really important, especially for glam sessions or family sessions and portraits like what Christina do. Sometimes for personal branding or more corporate looks, no, it's not necessity. And I definitely don't try to, like Christina say, change who you are, but just show you how to enhance that beauty that you already have.
Yeah. And I think just for note, like, you don't have to be an expert and to be able to put these on. My best friend bought these for me. They're magnetic and they are awesome. So
Yay!
just a little tip there.
Right.
They're really awesome. They're not the squish magnetic. They're the eyeliner where you attach the lash to the magnetic eyeliner. So they're really, really cool. Definitely something interesting. So I do have a question for you, Amina. I know that one of the things that, and we haven't discussed this question, so I'm going to totally catch you a little off guard, but one tip that I'm going to ask for is, I know that I have not been able to get my eyebrows done in like 8 weeks. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. Do you have any tips for the eyebrow?
Tips for the eyebrows. Well, definitely. So if you don't have one of those small at-home little razor hair removals, or your husband's little beard clipper, you know, those little razors or hair remover devices that you clean your hair with or something like that, you can, be very careful. You could even like use a lip liner and draw a bright line where your original eyebrow were, and then just use that line as a guide to help you clean up the new growth that's there, the unwanted hair. That's one tip. Another tip is just using an eyebrow spoolie from, for example, something like this.
She's got makeup stuff right in front of her. Do you see that? I love it.
This is an actual eyebrow pencil. So if the eyebrows, bushy eyebrows are into, just so you know. But if it's a little too much for your personal taste, just go on and brush them upwards. You can grab a little bit of like a dry soap, if you have like a bar soap, a hand soap, and just rub it along. I'm just going to pretend like just drag the spoolie onto it gently and use that brush and fan your eyebrows upward from the top and then gently smooth it down. And that would just tame it. That's one way. Or another way, you can just use a little bit of hairspray really quick. Spray some hairspray onto your spoolie and brush those brows up and make them neat. All right. If you're too afraid to like cut them or try anything, I would definitely say use, if you're not afraid to cut them, use your husband's grooming kit and just clean it up a little bit. Don't go too much for your esthetician or your professional to like, you know, just be super upset with you after quarantine. But that will be a tip. Oh, another one. I have another one for you. Bonus tip. So this
Bonus
is
tip. Yay.
number 4. Concealer.
Oh yeah.
If your hair is on the lighter side, if you have really coarse hair or really bushy eyebrows, this may not work for you as great as the person that has finer hairs like myself. I have finer hair and my hair is not as dark. My facial hair or my body hair is not as dark as the hair on my head. So this will kind of work for you. And it works best for either lighter eyebrows or in general, okay, than your hair. So you can take a flat brush, a flat makeup brush, and dip it into your favorite concealer. Put the concealer in the back of your hands. Please make sure your hands are clean and sanitized before you do that. Or if your concealer comes with a doe foot or whatever, and just warm the product up on the back of your hands and just use the size of the actual brush as the guide and line it up to where you want it to be. And just follow that shape that you want to create, that you want to hide. And so you will have like the new growth kind of growing in here, but you just use the concealer to kind of cover any hairs and use a lighter shade eyeshadow or a shade close to your actual color, to your actual complexion.
Right.
And boom, there you got
Kind
it.
of like a something to sharpen to make a sharp line.
Yeah, sharpen the line, but don't put a highlighter shade on top of it because it's just going to show that there's highlighter on your hairs. If that makes sense. Hope that
Yeah.
helps.
Totally wish I had those tips like, I don't know, 45 minutes ago. It's like, this is a hot mess. Cannot wait till I can get my eyebrows done.
No, it looks good.
So yeah, do you have any other hair and makeup tips for us in quarantine? Maybe that we could, I know we're supposed to be open for questions, but since our live is not working, we're gonna just, you know, pull it out of thin air because we're magicians.
Definitely. So
I am gonna check to see if we got any questions though.
some quick just pick me up tips. This is just will lift your spirit seriously because we're all in this together, and speaking not just from being an expert, but also to being a woman, being a mom, being a wife, being at home as well too. And I have to conduct days that I don't conduct virtual consultations with my clients. I am at home and I'm not wearing makeup, or I don't have any meetings on, and I feel a little drab and a little, especially in April, a couple weeks ago, and even still early this May, it's really gray and it's been raining a lot. So that also too can play on your, how do you feel? So I definitely, top tip is get up. Even if you're not wearing anything and you're still in your pajamas or something like that, I don't recommend it, but get up like you would normally and put on a little bit of makeup. You don't have to do a full face of like foundation and all of that. Literally do spot treatments. If you have a little pimple or a little dark circle, just put a little highlighter. When I say highlighter, a little concealer to hide those things that you don't really like when you would be going out to work. And literally just groom those brows, because the bushy brows is not going to make you feel good, right? Groom the brows and put on some lipstick.
Oh,
right?
that's a good one.
Audrey Hepburn says it, you know, when you're having a bad day, at least there's lipstick.
Yeah. And
so
brush your hair.
that's it, really. Brush your hair, put it up in a high bun or a poof like my what I have right here, and just make it work.
I love the lipstick tip. Like I haven't heard that from Audrey Hepburn. Like, I don't know, I'm just out of the loop, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's a great tip because, you know, sometimes just putting on a little lipstick, even if I have no other makeup on, it just makes you feel a little bit like more put together and even like a little sexy. I feel like mascara also does that.
It does. But, you know, let's be real, like how many people are going to do that right now? But if you do have a meeting or you have consultations, you still have to conduct business. Definitely do a full face of makeup. Because the lights in your home, and if it's not right lighting or anything like that, you can look even more drab and more not vibrant. So you definitely want to add color to your face so that you just look very happy and polished, and you will, trust me, feel better, 10 times better. It will make you want to do more. When I put makeup on and I have nothing to do, or I have my lipstick on and I'm cooking and I'm just like, oh, I need some music. Oh, I need a cat. It opens my mind up to give me more things to do to uplift my spirit. And I really just feel good. And I, you know, use the time to just take tons of selfies, practice your selfie skills.
Yes.
So I'll have Christina speak on that as a segue, right? You like that, Christina?
That was a great segue. You are awesome.
As we're saying, speaking on makeup, do you have any tips for families during this time to take photos of themselves or their families, newborns, you know, people are now coming home with their babies and they want to share and they can't share with, you know, friends or family weren't able to be around in the hospital. So what are some tips you have?
Yeah, so I think as most people know, like I know Amina has been closed and so have I, and it's been really, really hard because we just can't be with our clients, and it is not a personal decision. Like this is not only a government decision, but this is also something that is not covered by our insurance. So we have been shut down because our insurance states that it is that if something happens during a session, whether it be a makeup session, a hair session, a photography session, that if something happens, we could get sued for that. And it's going to be, the insurance is just not going to pay it out. Like,
right.
We are going to be personally liable for anything that happens. And that's just really, really scary. I don't want everything that I've worked for over the last 10 years to be jeopardized because I decided to do a session during quarantine. So that's part of the reason why both of us have been shut down.
Right.
And also so that we don't spread anything. Both of us thankfully have not been and are not sick, but that doesn't mean that we couldn't have been sick had we've been working with clients. So
right.
Now on a more positive note, for tips for anybody who's, you know, if you've got kids at home, my first tip is look for natural light. If you're not using it, then you're really, really missing out. It is the best light source you have in your home. Go find a window and set up right in front of your window, whether it's your toddler, your older child, or even your brand new baby. If you have a brand new baby, then my advice is get some of those adorable swaddle blankets that you probably got way too many of at your baby shower, if you were able to have a baby shower, or that
drive-by baby shower, a lot of
or your
those.
drive-by baby shower where people had all this stuff delivered to you and now you've got like this over crazy amount of receiving blankets. Well, take one of those, and they're technically usually squares or rectangles. You're gonna fold one of, I totally should have had one right next to me, and I don't have one right next to me. I have wraps next to me, but I don't have a receiving blanket. But you're gonna fold down the top so that it's a straight edge. And that straight edge you're gonna put right behind baby's neck. And then you're gonna loop one side over so it comes this way. And then you're gonna bring the bottom up, and then you're gonna loop the other side over. And essentially what you've done is you've created a taco, and the tighter you pull it, the tighter it's gonna keep baby. And now you've got baby in this nice little cocoon almost. And, let them, make sure that, again, you put them in front of that natural light. If you put them down on like a fuzzy rug, that would be perfect. Photograph them from above. And also make sure that when you're photographing them, you are this way, not this way. I do not want to see up their noses. I want to see down their noses.
Yep.
So make sure that when you're photographing whomever it is, the only people that I have ever seen look good is like, fashion models who are like
Exactly.
6'2" and like the size of my finger, and they're like this, and it looks good because of some crazy dramatic lighting that some crazy talented fashion photographer photographed them in, and you don't even realize it because their nose is in complete darkness anyway. So
right, people definitely need to realize the difference from fashion photography and actual portrait after real life. Like fashion photography, the point is to be dramatic. The point is to make us feel like we want to be like them, but we'll never be. Right.
Sure.
It's marketing.
Sure. Yeah, and I do a little bit, like sometimes we'll do some dramatic stuff here in the studio, but at the end of the day, everybody wants to look great and look amazing and look flattering. And how do you do that is really what it comes down to. And it's not going to be looking up your nose. It's just not.
I could probably actually give you a demo. Because you didn't have a blanket, I can use my daughter's baby right there. And
do you have a baby doll
doll
right there?
A crazy baby doll.
Oh, you're funny.
So we can do a little demo. And
I can totally walk you through it, and that would be amazing.
That would be great. Can I get a little, let me hook her up. This is just not right.
The hair and makeup artist is going to hook her hair up.
Let me hook her up, okay?
Yeah. I'm also going to tell you, blank walls are great. If you've got a blank wall in your house, they make them perfect. So if you are in this quarantine right now and you lost your job, or you're in the process of looking for new work, or, maybe at the end of this quarantine, you're like, I am changing jobs, I'm looking for a new job, and you need updated headshots, here's a really quick tip for you. I am happy to do some virtual headshots for you. I can easily do that for you. We can do it virtually through Zoom. So, you can just send me a message and we can do them for you. But if you didn't want to do that, you could, maybe your budget is really low and you don't even have the money for that. You've got a blank wall behind you, you've got a phone, and you've got window light. Well, you're just going to use your phone and that blank wall behind you, and you're going to use that to lean in towards your phone and do your selfie. And this right here, drop your shoulder. This is a headshot. Like right here, this is a headshot. You don't need anything further back. You don't need to see more because this is no longer a headshot. So just lean into the camera. Try and keep, just push your body a little bit further back. It's going to thin you. It's going to make you a little bit more flattering. Turn your body. My light is this way, so I should turn it this way and lean my chin towards the light. And that's it. Headshot.
Beautiful.
Really, really simple. Yeah. Are you taking pictures of me, Amina?
I am, and I'm going to send that to you.
Perfect. I love it.
So this is not an actual receiving. Well, you know, it's a little fluffier.
Oh yeah, that's totally a little fluffy.
So is this fine? So you say fold it in
Yeah,
half?
so no, don't fold it in half. So usually receiving blankets are either square or rectangle. Turn it and
This is more like a rectangle.
take one of the corners and fold it down.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, like that.
Yep, just like that. Yep. And now
Great.
you're gonna put the baby
Hey, baby.
right there, and you're gonna fold one side over,
Okay.
really nice and tight, and tuck it under her if you can.
Oh, she's looking a little still. It's okay, honey. It's okay. And tuck it under her?
If you can, yep. So this
All
blanket's
right.
big enough where you can. And
And
now,
then take the other
before you
side.
bring that one up, you're gonna bring the bottom up.
Okay, great. Got you.
And now this blanket is probably a little bit too big for this baby doll.
Yes, it is.
But most receiving blankets are not this big. And now you would take that other side and wrap it around.
Okay.
And just wrap it nice and tight. And now you've got a cute little ball.
Oh,
And
isn't she
put her
precious?
on the floor. You can put her, please, please, please be safe. Do not put your babies in any position that you see in any professional photographer's work that looks like anything other than laying down. If you see a pose where baby's chin is in their hands, do not attempt that at home. If you see a baby where they're sitting up, just like Amina has her right now, do not do that at home, because all of those setups are done with assistance, done with multiple people, and baby is held while being photographed and is extremely, extremely safe. So please do not try those poses at home. Just please know that they are done. But like I said, going back, window light is going to be your best friend. If you've got a very active 2-year-old, I do recommend that you just throw your phone onto some sports mode and click, 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 click. Daytime is also your best friend. So
oh, thank you so much for that, Christina. That's a good tip, because my daughter is running around and I'm trying to take a photo of her, and I just keep getting the, that bad motion. It's blurry. So sports mode.
Yeah.
Thank you. I learned something.
And then just click, 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 click. If you are wanting to be a little bit more creative and it's nighttime, here is a fun tip for you. Make sure there's no lights on except for the light that you want to use, and put that light strategically in a place where you want it, and light only what you want lit, if that makes sense. So if I was lighting, for example, my water bottle, do you see the light hitting right here? That strip of light is coming from my window. If I close that window, that light would be gone. So by putting the light where I want it, I could then photograph something more dramatic. It's hard to show you in my very light-filled space right now.
I totally get it. Like, take away light, either add or take away where you want it.
Now, granted, this is my cell phone, but like if I put my light here, ghoul lighting, like see how I'm adding this light to me, and now all of a sudden I got this like ghoul up lighting, which is not it's not
flattering
at all, unless you're telling a ghost story, like let's be clear. But see how I quickly changed the light pattern? But so being able to light my hair, I know this is really not the best way to show you, but it makes the point.
Yeah, I got it. Definitely. I saw it right there, spotlight.
Yeah. And so I think the only thing that we didn't do is I really didn't give you a really good introduction
of yourself,
of what I did. I know. This is totally at the very end of our video. And then we'll talk a little bit about what Talk Thursday is. So really fast, again, I'm Christina from Passera Fine Art Portraits, and I do a lot of maternity and newborn, but I also work with families. I really want to work with families who value families. I allow you to come into a space whether it's in my studio or in a location that's special to your family, and create a safe environment where you can create really special memories with your family. And I'm there to capture them. And then I sit down with you and plan out the artwork that's going to go in your homes, so that when you walk into your home and your children walk into your home, the first thing you see is your family. So when you get home after a long day of work and you're stressed and you're just like, you're glad to be home, but you're still stressed and you're still thinking about work, you walk into your home and you see this beautiful portrait on the wall of your loving and caring family, the people that you're doing all of this for. Like, everything you do in your life is for your family. You now walk into this space and that's who's there. Maybe that's not maybe the actual people are not the first thing you see, but the portrait is. And, it just wipes away some of that stress. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to put that behind me because I'm here now for them, because that's what's important. It also creates an environment where children feel special, feel loved, and feel important in their household and in their environment. They feel like they are the most important things. If they can be put on the wall in their own homes, then they feel like they are worthy of your love and their own love. And what's really important to me in this time, because don't get me wrong, we are full of media. We have media everywhere. We have pictures, videos, apps, and craziness in our phones. We have media at our fingertips. There is so much, we are overrun with media. But at the end of the day, when you look back at portraits in 25 and 50 and 100 years from now, the portraits that are printed, the ones that are on your walls, the ones that are in albums, the ones that you have printed for your family, for your grandchildren, for your great-grandchildren, they are the ones that are going to be most important. They're going to be the ones that are remembered, and they're going to be the ones that are cherished.
Amen.
Yeah. Like, it's so true. It is so true.
I have some portraits of me and my husband when we got married, and we have some of the kids in their rooms, but nothing like too crazy. And my daughter,
I know, we have to get your daughter's portrait in her bedroom.
Christina. Okay. So she's like, "Oh, mommy, that's you, and that's daddy." This was when she was a little younger, of course. And she's like, "Where am I?" you were there, but you weren't there. And I'm like, she's like, "Oh, mommy and daddy is married." So I definitely can relate with what you're saying. It's really important. And it's nice. It's like something refreshing that happens ever so often. She looks up and she sees it and she's like, "Oh," and she asked me the same question. "Oh, where was I?" And then I have to go in the actual wedding album and show her because she was there at our wedding. So it's really, she loves to see herself.
Yeah, I love that. That was a very similar story to when, after my niece was like probably about 2, we had an album printed from her first birthday of like all of the portraits from the first year, from like newborn to first year. And she would come into the studio. Sometimes I'd be there with a client, sometimes, and we tried to keep her out when I was with a client, but sometimes she'd be there, she would just come into the studio. So at the time, it was when my studio was at my mother's party store. I had a separate space in the back. So she would hang out there and she'd just come in the back room. She'd pull the album off the shelf and she'd be like, "This is me when I was a baby." And then like she'd pick up the album and just start walking around with it and be like, "Grandma, this is me when I was a baby. Wasn't I like so adorable?" And like, it is, at the end of the day, like, because we have so many portraits, so many, and I don't want to say so many photographs, so many pictures, we're overwhelmed with them. There's so many, but really, which ones are the most important? How are you going to decipher between what is, the most important? Are you just going to hand over your kid like your cloud account, like right before you die? Like, be like, "Here's my most important." You're not going to go through hundreds of thousands of pictures. Like, if you think about it, the amount of pictures like you're going to have in your lifetime, and then the amount of pictures that she's going to have in her lifetime, multiply that by her kids. There's no way that by time, you know, your grandkids, who would be the ones, are going to be able to go through hundreds of thousands of pictures. At the end of the day, the printed portraits are going to be the most important portraits in your family legacy and family heritage.
Right. Absolutely. It's a luxury, but a luxury that it's very important to have. Like you're saying, it's people that value that. Just like hair and makeup is a necessity, but like, how important is it for you to show up looking super special, super important, super that you care, that you actually planned, and not that you roll out of bed or it was like an afterthought on your makeup or your hair. Like, we literally plan this and guide you.
Yes.
And do consultations with you throughout. Find out who you are, what are the things that make you happy, and customize the session to you. This is truly what it's about. It's not like Christina's saying, we have tons of media, we have tons of, but because this is just the world that we're living in, right? The smartphone world, high tech. But at some point, the pictures that, like, you know, for example, like when we go out for a specific thing, if you buy a ticket to a show, or if you spend that time, right, to, oh, what am I going to wear? You're thinking about what you're going to wear. You're thinking about where you're going to go for dinner afterwards. And also too, for families that are just super busy or don't have any traditions. I know with us, like, we don't have any crazy traditions really yet in our household. And I would like it to be, you know, some people make the photo sessions a tradition. Once a year, twice a year. When you know, milestones happen in their lives, they decide, hey, I need to call up, I need to get great photos of this. And it's also too, I would say, just as for hair and makeup part, it's an excuse to get your families together, really.
Yeah.
And it's an excuse to take that time for yourself as women, because one of my thing is, I feel like we wear so many different hats and we get lost along the way and start feeling like, I don't need to. Why? I have so many other responsibilities, and hair and makeup is not important, or this shoot. No, it is important.
Extremely.
Because your family is looking at you, right? When I get my hair done, or what, and you're creating that memory, like Christina is saying. When I do my hair or put my makeup on and I sit there, my daughter, she's watching me, and she's like, Mom. The other day, I just did one because I was getting ready for a session, and I put lashes on because this was for someone who was super glam, and I did that. And she's like, Mom, I love your eyelashes. So you as a parent or family, if it's boys or whatever the case is, whatever your family's traditions are or what's important to you, if it's sport, if it's like looking super dapper, whatever that is, I think it's important for your kids to see a reflection of what they're going to grow up to be, and or also to just seeing mom being glammed up, seeing dad taking that time or showing that affection in that kind of way. Those are the little snippets that we do remember as like growing up, because we'll be like, I remember that time when we did a photo session and I got my makeup done and there was this photos and we stood on boxes and whatnot. So it's really just creating memories.
For sure.
Definitely. And on a professional note, if you're not big on families, or you just like neat photos, do you do headshots? Do you do regular headshots, Christina? Like,
yeah, we've definitely done some headshots together, and you know, of course,
I know that, but for the people that's watching.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, definitely my specialty is
right.
creating those lasting memories with family and those special moments. But of course I do headshots. Who doesn't do headshots?
Right.
And you know what? My headshots are when I do business portraits, and I still want to create a special moment for you. So I still have a custom experience for my business portrait clients. I'm not just
This is not going to be a JCPenney Walmart situation. Let's just,
exactly. If you want a headshot that's a simple headshot, white background, exactly, go to JCPenney. But if you're looking for a custom experience where you're going to have detail to clothing, you're going to have detail to hair and makeup, and you're going to have detail to photography where you look and feel your best, not just in, where you look your best from beginning to end of the experience.
Right, and where you're happy. You're going to be happy to use the photos. You're going to be happy to show them off. You're going to be happy to put them on your timeline for your business. You'll be happy to not just have a logo represent you, but show who you are in business or your family. You will have that on your Facebook profile, I guarantee you, a family portrait that you took. And we do have some clients that I see took some recently and put them up. Not my name, but yeah.
And that's a lot with my business portraits. Like, that's how a lot of them end up booking me. Like, they've had sessions with other photographers, and again, no idea who the photographers are. That's not my business. I don't care. Like, they just weren't happy. So they're looking for something that's a little bit more detailed and a little bit more professional, and that's why they end up with me.
Right. So I'm glad we were able to share a little bit more about ourselves and let the people know what we do and what we're passionate about. So let's just dive in really quickly so we can stay on point with our timeline as to what Talk Thursday is.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna. I'm really, really excited. So this is our brainchild. This is something Christina actually kind of thought of, and we did sit down and collaborate and figure out. But
I cannot take all the credit.
I came and put some cherry.
But
I mean, listen, everyone has different versions of what it is. The reality is now finding ways to pivot, really. That's truly what it is. We all have to pivot our life. If you're coming from corporate, working in an office or a cubicle or in a factory or whatever it is, if you're not an essential worker, you're home and you're doing Zooms like this, you're going live, your jobs have conference software already set up in place, and you have to show up live.
Yes.
Even though we're in the service industry and we're touching and feeling and whatever, now we're behind the camera, right? So it's a little awkward for us because we're typically behind the camera and putting everyone in front. But for us, Christina and myself, we have to pivot as business owners and just people in the service industry to show up also to online and help our clients and just really share. And why we decided what Talk Thursday is a series where we're going to be inviting other small business owners that are in our local area to share some tips and pointers in their field, in their expertise. Some things like, Christina, you want to share?
Sure, yeah. So we've got a couple different topics up our sleeve. We are thinking about health and wellness, some parenting tips, and going into health and wellness, mental health, physical health, also cooking tips. I'm trying to think of the people that we have lined up. Definitely parenting.
I have a list here. So the topics are health and wellness, families, parenting, relationships. Okay.
Yes.
Relationship advice from experts. So the point and the goal of our Talk Thursdays is to have an expert in their field come and give us tips and tricks to still continue to be sane and to just be in the same space. A lot of us are forced to be in the same space with people now 24/7, and it can affect us, right? So our purpose and our goal is to really just give you tips to be inspired, be uplifted, notice, and just keep us connected.
Yes. And I think that's really important. Like for me, Talk Thursday was really, if I go into me personally, and this is definitely a little bit personal, but if I go into me personally, one of, if anybody's read the book or heard about it, the love language, the 5 love languages, that book for me, one of my biggest love languages is helping people. And that is a huge, huge passion for me. I do it without even thinking. It is second nature to me. Sometimes I do it to a point where I realize that I'm putting myself behind whatever else is going on. And then sometimes I'm even suffering because of it, because I'm like, oh man, I didn't get to do something because I was too busy helping my sister with something. And that happens more than I'd like to actually admit. But at the end of the day, that's just a really close passion of mine. So really, when it came down to this Talk Thursday, when I approached Amina about it, I really wanted a co-host with me. I wanted somebody to help me with it, and I wanted somebody to be here with me for talking to people and helping me get the word out with our local entrepreneurs. And I really wanted to celebrate and celebrate our local business owners, like celebrate the people in our neighborhoods. Pretty much all of Brooklyn, New York City. Maybe we'll venture out a little bit further than that, but right now that's kind of where we're focusing, just because there's only 2 of us and we can only handle so many people.
And New York needs the love. We need the love and attention right now more than, not to discredit any other city or state that's, going through it. But I think more so than ever, we will probably be the last to open up. And if we do, it's still not really 100% safe. I'll just say that that's my personal opinion, and that you will still have to, don't go taking on a whole bunch of clients and a whole bunch of appointments too fast right after this, because you're just putting yourselves in a situation to be around a lot of people in a short period of time when you weren't. So baby steps back into our normal life, as much as it's going to change, but things are going to change for the long haul. So we're gonna keep these series going, hopefully past quarantine, right?
Yeah.
But the time may change, but it will still be on Thursday. And if we do have any changes before, after quarantine, we will definitely let you know. But it's going to be every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? 3 p.m. We will have guests from, you will learn health and wellness, like Christina said, skin, fitness, workout stuff, you'll hear from estheticians, you'll hear from also to like financial support, lawyers, anything of that nature, where now a lot of people too are hurting financially or need help or need tips to still figure out how to pay their bills and keep things going in their household. We definitely are going to be having those topics addressed. And if anyone that's watching this replay, because we attempted to do a live and now it's a video, if anyone is watching and they're interested in being a guest, please definitely drop us a comment or DM us and let us know that you're interested in anything. This is super cool and awesome. And we would just love to get you on and share with our friends and families, because we truly just want to help. And it's helping us by helping you keep us our morale up, and definitely feel that we're still servicing, because we are in the service industry, right?
Yes, I'm so excited about it. I love it, and I'm so excited. So I cannot wait. We are not going to release the name of next Thursday's guest just yet. I think maybe we'll release it on Monday or Tuesday. So keep it posted.
Maybe on Tuesday.
Yeah, keep it posted. Keep keep an eye out for. So you can definitely find me, my Facebook page, Christina Marotto, or my business page, Passera Fine Art Portraits. I am definitely sharing to my Instagram stories, which are linked to Facebook, and I'm posting things on there. And we will definitely post the name of our guest and what they will be speaking about and ask for suggestions for questions. And then Amina, I believe yours is Amina Styles, correct?
Yeah, so you will see it also too on my personal page, Amina Mitchell, and on my business page, Amina Styles. That's my Facebook page, and also too on Instagram, Amina Styles NYC. Okay, so it's Amina underscore actually, and NYC on Instagram. And I can't wait to give you guys more like beauty tips and tricks and how to keep going and how to even spice it up too with the kids around. I can't wait to share everything that we have going on. And also too, we want your feedback. And if you have any advice or tips on topics that you like, as a viewer, you're watching, please definitely share them with us so that we can have additional questions and additional advice to share with our platform.
For sure. Yes, absolutely. Any requests, we will take them into consideration. And then hopefully, if we don't know somebody, reach out. Or if you know somebody and you're requesting, like, hey, I know this person, then please link us, introduce us. That would be great. If you didn't catch all of any of ours, we will be tagging each other. So you'll be, if you're friends with one of us but not the other, just follow our tags so that you can find the other person and follow along, follow our stories, follow our news feeds, and
share this video. Share this video if you think, we were hilarious and we looked crazy. This was our first run on trying to do a Zoom, and we learned a lot, but it was fun. And listen, life is too short. Let's not get stuck on like all the crazy things that's happening, but let's embrace what's positive and what we can do to just help other people and show love. Let's just love on each other. Let's give advice. Let's support one another as much as we can as business owners, as family, and just, we all want the same things. Love, happiness, success. So we're here and we're not going anywhere. So you guys are going to see more of us really soon, and stay tuned. Anything else, Christina?
I do not think so. Do you have anything going on for Mother's Day?
Yes, actually, I shared it on my Instagram stories that shared on Facebook. But I'll definitely post a link to it. I have some amazing gift ideas happening. So I have a lot of beauty tips. So I have a few beauty bundles for your mom. So get your orders in. If you are looking for any beauty products for your mom, for hair, for makeup, for skin, I have that. And I also too have a special right now with a jewelry line that I partnered with, have some amazing, beautiful jewelry. So if you're what woman doesn't like something sparkly, right? When all else fails, because not everyone is into hair, not everyone is into makeup, but you will always wear a necklace or a ring or a bracelet. Fellas, tips: when all else fails, just get an earring, a necklace, or a bracelet. It fits everyone, right?
Yeah, the jewelry is really, really pretty. And then really fast, just so that you guys know what I have going on. Not only do I do photography, but I also sell Pampered Chef. So if anybody's looking for anything in the Pampered Chef line or doesn't know what Pampered Chef is and wants to know a little bit more, then it is household like cooking items like pots, pans, gadgets, anything that you can use in the kitchen. That we have an air fryer, we have a pressure cooker. So we've got some really awesome products, and I could definitely go through the catalog with you on that if you're looking for something on that end. And then And then
I'm sorry to cut you off. I definitely need baking stuff because I saw some stuff on Pinterest that I want to try. So I'm like, I need some baking.
yes, I have been baking like crazy. Their stones are amazing. I love their stones. And we've been using them. They make the best pizza, let me tell you. Oh my God. And I've got the best recipe for dough too. So I'm happy to share. And then in terms of my photography business, I will be doing, I'll post links for sure. Amina and I are doing a over 40 campaign. We haven't really actively advertised it because of just the whole quarantine thing, but we will open it up for Mother's Day sessions. So if you're looking to book a session, you can book under that if, for your mother who's assumably over 40, if she's over 40. If you're booking it for your mother, she's assumably over 40 because you're probably an adult booking it for her.
Or you're a husband watching and you want to book for your wife, right?
Yeah, and if you're a husband, then we can totally set something up too. And I've also got a couple other things. I'm doing some kickbacks for gift cards. So if you buy a gift card for a session, then I'm going to throw in some extra kind of bonus bucks for you. And I'm also doing some yearbooks, which are based on cell phone pictures. And it's not a physical product, but it's not a physical product right now, but it will be at the end of the year. So that is what I got for you. And I think we're done.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yay. So, I'm so really excited. Just look out for the links. We're going to have links for all of these things that we're talking about on products. And if you already have a Mother's Day gift and you want to do something a little extra, or you just want to support Christina and myself, like she said, we do have gift cards available that you can purchase virtually, definitely.
Or early for Father's Day.
Yeah, as soon as quarantine is out, you can use it, right? If you don't physically need any products, you can definitely purchase services for the future.
I would totally say that you guys have been awesome, but we had to cancel our live due to
you guys been awesome. Thank you.
Being silly. So Facebook was silly, but you guys were still awesome. So thank you for checking out this video. You guys rock, and I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'm Christina from Passera Fine Art Portraits, and this is
Amina from Amina Styles.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye.